What do you know about your identity? You probably think you understand what your identity is and what it's used for. When asked to show some sort of identification, you reach for your driver's license or passport like everyone else, right? Unfortunately, most of us aren't even aware that the documents we use to identify ourselves were never intended to be used for identification. Your driver's license allows you to drive. Your social security number is for tax purposes. Your passport allows you to travel. And your birth certificate proves that you were born. But none of these have anything to do with identification. To make matters worse, these documents can be stolen, forged, manipulated, purchased online, and can be easily used to commit identity fraud. Think about this. If someone went to your bank with a fake driver's license in your name with the intent to withdraw your money, how would the bank teller know that this imposter wasn't you? They wouldn't. And this scenario happens every day in the United States. The foundation of identification in this country is full of holes, which leaves every one of us open to financial loss, fraud, and physical harm. So why is it that businesses, banks, hospitals, and government agencies still use paper documents to identify us? Good question. America's problem with identity does not end there. Privacy is a very important part of protecting your identity, but the internet has taken yours away. Every time you open an account, shop, or bank online, your personal information is required to receive the goods and services you need. You expect the companies that collect your information to keep it private and protected. But that isn't always the case. Spyware, data breaches, and information reselling can expose your information, leaving you vulnerable to fraud. But it's not just hackers and the selling of your information that you have to worry about. One of the biggest threats to your privacy is you. Each day, tens of millions of Americans freely post information about themselves on Facebook, LinkedIn, and other social media sites. A slew of your personal information, like your birth date, address, and photos, are floating around the internet for anyone to access and misuse. Last year alone, over 9 million Americans fell victim to identity fraud. Now, more than ever, people's identities are being used to commit fraud and financial crimes. This problem is only going to get worse. So, if you still think that identity fraud will never happen to you, think about this. Your savings account, credit score, medical record, student transcripts, your entire life are all connected to your identity. Everything you've worked for could be destroyed, leaving you to pick up the pieces. There's only one way to regain control, to protect yourself, to change the way you think about identity. This change begins with one person: you.